Alright, so we're gonna go take this personality test because I wanted to do this for quite some time now, and I haven't taken it in a while. Probably it's been like a year, if not high school. So, oh, I'm already here. You regularly make new friends. I mean, I've made like a friend. No, wait, no, two friends in a year. Let's go. So, I guess slightly disagree. You spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. Yeah, I do a little exploring. I see some random videos. I can click on them in my recommended. Absolutely, I do that. I try to try new things. I mean, I try to cook some different things, different recipes. So yeah. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely do. I do cry a bunch. You often make a backup plan for a backup plan. No, I don't make that many plans. You usually stay calm, even under a lot of pressure. Yeah, no, slightly disagree. I was gonna say slightly agree, but under a lot of pressure, it's sometimes hard to say my words, and I do like to keep things. Usually I do keep things wrapped up, so I do try to open up a lot more recently. At social events, you really try to introduce yourself to new people. Mostly talk to the ones you already know. I disagree. Actually, I do like talking to new people, and I think it is interesting, even though it is a little sometimes hard to. I think people like to say break the ice, but no, talking to new people is definitely fun and interesting, and you can make a lot of friends and get a lot of experience like that. You prefer to completely finish one project before starting another. I slightly disagree. I barely finish any projects, actually. You are very sentimental. What is sentimental? Sentimental. Sentimental. Of or prompted by feelings of tenderness, sadness, or nostalgia. Absolutely. Very sentimental. I do like to treasure things. You like to organize tools like schedules and lists. I barely organize at all. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. I think I slightly agree. I do tend to think a lot, especially if I do make mistakes, but not over everything, but definitely over some things. Yeah. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. Yeah, I think that's pretty. I slightly agree. It happens more than before, definitely. You're not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analyses of creative works. I slightly disagree. I do like talking a bunch, and if somebody can actually build upon a conversation of creative works and actually be interested in it, I can definitely get interested in it. You're more, inclined to follow your head than your heart. I slightly disagree. Only until recent times I've been trying to follow my hearts more than my head, because my head is always in a constant state of, I think I'm pretty smart of a person, so I'm gonna doubt this situation, and so following the heart usually gets you at least somewhere that you didn't see before. Sometimes it's better for the head, but I slightly disagree. Usually prefer just doing what you feel like at any given moment instead of planning a particular daily routine. What you feel like at any given moment instead of... Well, absolutely! I don't plan at all! I don't do planning! I'm so unorganized! You really worry about really make a good impression on people you meet. I slightly agree, because I feel pretty confident. Most of the time, I think I leave a pretty decent, good impression if it's like a first time thing. Wait. Go back. Slightly disagree. You enjoy participating in group activity because I'm a very I tend to be pretty open about what I think or feel, so that can scare a lot of people. And since it scares a lot of people, I think it's no, because sometimes, yeah, I can be pretty open, and that's just scary. Like, what am I supposed to say to that or respond to that? Some people need time to build up a lot of trust and stuff to be able to, yeah, talk with you openly. Whew. Got that one. You enjoy participating in group activities. Yeah, I slightly agree. You like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation of the ending. I slightly disagree on that. Because if it's a story, it's like I want to know the story, not I don't want to theorize on. Wow, did this guy become the Hokage or not? It's like, yes, he did. Okay, great. Thank you for telling me. You wrote this story for 7 years, so tell me the answer. Is what I'm thinking. Your happiness comes more from helping others accomplish things than your own accomplishments. I slightly. I'm a bit neutral on this. A bit neutral on that. I do like when I can help others accomplish things, definitely. But if I can get my own accomplishments off, then that is great. So I do like that. You are so interested in so many things that you find difficult to choose what to try next. And so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to. You are interested in so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to try next. Well, I have a brain that goes all over the place, so I think that's a slightly agree. I think that's I'll middle agree. You're prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. I slightly disagree. I usually have a pretty optimistic look on a lot of things, but I do get nervous. I still get nervous, but usually it's nervous for like I really like enjoy something or something along those lines. I don't really think something bad will happen, but I think like I care about it a lot, so I do get nervous. You avoid leadership roles in group settings. No, I don't think so. You're definitely not an artistic type of person. I enjoy art. I enjoy nature. I enjoy colors. I enjoy waterfalls. I enjoy sightseeing. I enjoy sunsets. Everything. I slightly disagree. You think the world would be a better place if people rely more on rationality and less on their feelings. I slightly disagree. I think a balance is needed, definitely. It's good to rely on both, if you can. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. I'm gonna middle disagree. You enjoy watching people argue. Wow! I do not enjoy watching people argue. I absolutely kind of dislike when people argue. Okay, actually wrong. I enjoy when people argue when they can articulate their words, their sides, their phrases without name calls having to be thrown around just because one person is getting frustrated because they think they're not listening or something for another person. And it's like, that's really bad. Like, don't throw shades, don't insult people. If you're going to argue with a purpose, argue for growth, argue for change. So I think I slightly disagree. You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. think I slightly agree. Your mood can change very quickly. Mm, I think a lot of people's moods can change very quickly, but it's for different reasons. I think the more important a reason is for somebody is the more likely for them to change their mood quickly. Especially if there's no build up and it's just slap down, it happened. So I slightly agree. You lose patience with people who are not as efficient as you. I disagree. People learn at different rates, and it's okay to. Not everybody's gonna get everything right away. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. I slightly agree. You have always been fascinated by the question of what if anything happens after death. Not really. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. I'm gonna be neutral on that. I think there's perks to be alone on your own. You get to self-reflect. You get to do a lot of things when you're by yourself. But there's a lot of things you can do with another person as well. You can also self-reflect with another person, but you do have to trust them absolutely. And you get to hang out with them, have fun. You can do that alone as well. It's like, yeah, there's two sides to every coin. It's good or bad. It could go either way. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. I think I slightly disagree. You find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are very different from yours. I'm going to disagree. I think it's part of understanding, and what makes it interesting is when somebody's experience is different than yours, and you can actually try to learn their side and explain to other people how that made them feel potentially, and grow from that. Usually postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible. Postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible. Postpone finalizing decisions for. I think I do. I do procrastinate a bit. You really second guess the choices that you have made. I think I averagely disagree. I think everyone has regrets, and it's when you look back, you might look at things or you might second guess things, but that does not necessarily mean that you have to change who you are today because of those things, and you can keep going forward. I do not think it's a bad thing. After a long and exhausting week, a lively social event is just what you need. I pretty disagree. I barely go outside. I literally play video games. You enjoy going to art museums. I went to an art museum while I was out of town. And yes, I think it's nice. It's good to see different things. We often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. Nope. When I was younger, yes, absolutely. It was very, very hard. But as I get older, it becomes easier. Definitely. You just have to listen. It turns out. Funny thing, just gotta listen. You like to have a to-do list for each day. You like to have to do list. No, I disagree. You rarely feel insecure. I disagree. No, I disagree. I'm pretty sure I feel insecure a decent chunk of time. You avoid making phone calls. I disagree. If I want to make a phone call, I will make a phone call. You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. Yes, I do think a lot on other views. Especially, yeah, I do think a lot on other views. I think it's a good thing to look at other views and perspectives of things, because we don't always have the answers ourselves, and maybe it can not only improve our own answers, but yeah, we don't have to dismiss other people's views. That's okay. In your circle, you're often the one who contacts your friends and initiates activities. I slightly disagree. I mean, sometimes if your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. Yeah, I slightly disagree. You are still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago? Bothered? I don't like this word, bothered. I think a better word would be learning. Yes, I'm still learning from mistakes that I made a long time ago. Yes, I think that would be true. Am I still bothered? So with that knowledge, I'll say, yeah, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. Dog. You really contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. I agree. Yeah, I barely think about that. Your emotions control you more than you control them. I'm gonna disagree on that. I have a pretty decent chunk of control over my emotions, and it's very few times where I kind of just let them run wild, and I try to talk and determine an outcome before I actually do. You take great care not to make people completely look bad, even when it is completely their fault. Yes. Because if a person is wrong and they either know they're wrong or they don't know they're wrong, the best I can do is try to help them as best as I can and try to not make them feel the absolute worst about it. But because things happen and it's like, okay, people make mistakes, and I think people can learn from them. So your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. Well, currently yes, but I'm gonna try to change that. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it would take for them to feel disappointed in you. I can slightly agree. You'll have a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. No, that's a sad existence. I've had that type of job before, and it's kind of like, holy freaking crap, I'm losing my mind here because I'm thinking of 36,000 things. I'm thinking of Godzilla shooting down a freaking truck. Ah, it hurts my brain. No, I hate sitting still in one spot all the time. No, you believe that pondering abstract physiological questions is a waste of time. No, I don't think so. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I think it can be good sometimes. You feel more drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres than quiet, intimate places. I mean, both can be really great. Loud places can be really good when, you want to be in a loud place. But if you want to be in a quiet place, you would absolutely hate it. But vice versa. If you are in a quiet place, but you want to be in a loud place, then it could go either way. So I'm gonna be neutral on that. You know, at first glance, how someone is feeling, I don't think really anybody does, unless you're the best person to ever exist on planet Earth, mind reader, extraordinaire brainiac, then maybe, but I don't think this is possible. You know, at first glance, how someone is feeling. No, I don't think so. I'm gonna disagree. You often feel overwhelmed. From time to time I do. I agree. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. I slightly disagree. You are very intrigued by things labeled as controversial. Not really. I slightly disagree. You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. I slightly agree. Because if I'm in a good spot myself, and somebody may not be, then I always think if I'm slightly more fortunate, then I can give this away for them so they can be more fortunate in their own lives, and that's good. You don't want a monopoly. It's okay to balance things out. You struggle with deadlines. I slightly agree. You feel confident that things... Well, slightly disagree, because I'm really good at rushing to hit a deadline. But, yeah, that's the thing. You feel confident that things will work out for you. I feel fairly confident that it could work out for me. This will determine your avatar in the results screen. Oh, okay. Attack helicopter male. Okay. Okay. Ah! What is that? The straight destroys how we enter. Oh boy. 52% introverted, 48% extroverted. Ah, that seems pretty fair. I think that is about right. Yeah, I think I'm mostly an introvert, but I can be an extrovert on some occasions. So that's why it's so close. Energy. Mental energy. Intuitive and observant. Pretty close. Holy crap. Nature turns how you make decisions and cope with emotions. 63% healing. 37% thinking. Ah. This trait reflects our approach of work, planning and decision making. 72% prospecting. 28% judging. This trait underpins all others, ensuring how grounded we are in our abilities and decisions. Turbulent or assertive. 58. So this is pretty. I'm pretty almost even on most of this. 52%, that's mad close. 49%. 63, that's pretty close. 58%, like, I'm pretty almost stable. I mean, not stable person, but like, even person on how I do things. Oh, that's pretty cool. I actually enjoy that. INFP? Wait a minute, buddy. No thanks. INFPA or INFPT? What's the difference? Holy, mediator. Constant improvement? Diplomat? Yo! Holy crap! Oh my god. Although they may seem quiet or unassuming, mediators have vibrant, passionate inner lives. Creative and imaginative, they happily lose themselves in daydreams, inventing all sorts of stories and conversations in their lives. These personalities are known for their sensitivity. Mediators can have profound emotional responses to music, art, nature, and the people around them. Idealistic and empathetic, mediators long for deep, soulful relationships, and they feel called to help others, but because their personal life makes up such a small portion of the population, mediators may sometimes feel lonely or invisible, adrift in a world that doesn't seem to appreciate the traits that make them unique. All that is gold does not glitter. Not all those who wander are lost. The old that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are not reached by the frost. Dude, this is literally me, bro. I keep trying to. Oh my god, pretty good call. Oh my god. Dude, the gift of empathy. Meteors share a sincere curiosity about the depths of human nature. Introspective to the core, they're inquisitively attuned to their own thoughts and feelings, but they yearn to understand the people around them as well. Mediators are compassionate and non-judgmental, always willing to hear another person's story. When someone opens up to them or turns to them for comfort, they feel honored to listen and be of help. For mediators, an ideal relationship of any kind is one in which both people feel comfortable sharing not just their wildest hopes and dreams, but also their secret fears and vulnerabilities. Bro, I was literally just talking about this. Empathy is among this personality type's greatest gifts, but at times it can be a liability. The troubles of the world weigh heavily on a mediator's shoulders, and these personalities can be vulnerable to internalizing other people's negative moods or mindsets. Unless they learn to set boundaries, mediators may feel overwhelmed by just how many wrongs there are that need to be set right. Bro, speaking their truth. Few things make mediators more uneasy than pretending to be someone they aren't. With their sensitivity and their commitment to authenticity, people with this personality type tend to crave opportunities for creative self-impression. It comes as no surprise then that many famous mediators are poets, writers, actors, and artists. They can't help but muse about the meaning and purpose of life, dreaming of all sorts of stories, ideas, and possibilities along the way. Mediators have a talent for self-expression. They may reveal their innermost thoughts and secrets through metaphors and fictional characters. Through these imaginative landscape, mediators can explore their own inner nature as well as their place in the world. While this is a beautiful trait, these personalities sometimes show a tendency to daydream and fantasize rather than take action. To avoid feeling frustrated, unfulfilled, and incapable, mediators need to make sure that they take steps to turn their dreams and ideas into reality. in search of a calling. People with this personality type tend to feel directionless or stuck until they connect with a sense of purpose for their lives. For many mediators, this purpose has something to do with uplifting others and an ability to feel other people's suffering as if it's their own. While mediators want to help everyone, they need to focus their energy and efforts, otherwise they can end up exhausted. Fortunately, like flowers in the spring, mediators' creativity and idealism can bloom even after the darkest of seasons. Although they know the world will never be perfect, mediators will still care about making it better however they can. This quiet belief in doing the right thing may explain why these personalities so often inspire compassion, kindness, and beauty wherever they go. Bro, people were telling me, bro, you just bring so much joy, make me happy. Bro, I swear! Okay, I need to stop ego stroking now because whatever. This is awesome. This is crazy. I'm gonna keep this page open, but that's it. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. But if you want to take the test yourself also and tell me your results, that'd be awesome, and we can have a discussion. And yeah, whatever, like, comment, subscribe, just do whatever, man. Go on. This is awesome. You need to check it out, and yeah, see you later.